Hi everybody, this is Anna Khayos for another Khayos Fitness, and today I want to talk about macros. Now I will tell you up front, I am not a medical professional, I am not a dietitian. However, I will talk to you about what I learned and how did I came about the macros that I currently have on my full days of eating. So I'm going to explain to you what my understanding is from my research. Now keep in mind that I've been doing this for about 2 years now. So out of all things, I understand that everybody's different, everybody's body is different, and my body is definitely very different from other people. It took me a long time to get my body, my metabolism way up, so that way the micro meals actually would work in my body. And when I was starting to diet, a lot of people was like, oh, just go ahead and eat. And when I was much bigger, my metabolism was incredibly sluggish, mainly because of illness, medication, and all kinds of stuff. So when I ate, even though I was working out, if I ate extra calories or I ate more, my body would just hold on to it. So it took a long time for my body to adjust the exercise versus the intake of food. So it's one of those things where I pretty much had to literally stop and really study what my body was doing, observation, keeping track of my weight, all kinds of stuff. So this is not an overnight process. So let me share to you what I've learned along the way. So pretty much what I come to learn is that you have several factors when it comes to macros. You got proteins, fats, and carbs. Now depending on what you're doing and what your body type is, your age, your gender, and all kinds of stuff, it's going to be different. So the basic understanding that I have is if you're trying to maintain muscle, especially protein is important for muscle. If you're trying to maintain, you eat 1 gram of protein per every pound. So currently right now I'm around 161. So if I want to maintain my current muscle, I have to eat at least 161 grams of protein. If I want to gain some muscle, a little bit of muscle, not anything outrageous like steroid size, I can do 1.5 grams at one per pound. And so that will put me at 241.5. So that's what you guys see me kind of aiming at, the 200 mark. So it's just a little extra protein, but it's not too much protein because, again, I'm not a competitor. I'm not trying to bulk up. I'm just trying to gain muscle at a steady pace so that way I can go ahead and continue to burn fat and lean down. The more muscle you have, the more calories it takes to maintain, the more fat it will burn. So, and if you're trying to really bulk up, then you have to eat about 2 grams per pound. So if I was trying to really bulk up, I have to eat about 330 to 22 grams of protein, meaning that's a bunch of freaking chicken. A lot of chicken, and I just don't like that. So currently I'm doing around 200 grams, as you guys can see from my goal macros. So from 241, so if I go a little higher, I'm not that worried about it because 241 is pretty much my limit. As for fats, my understanding of fats is you go anywhere between 0.4 to 0.2 depending on what you're doing. In my case, I'm trying to lean down. So I'm starting on the high end with my fat. I started a little lower just to get my body adjusted to it, just try to see if I could hit it. But I still kind of ended up hitting about 50 grams of fat a day. So I'm still at the 0.4. So around 64.4 at my weight of 161 at 0.4 per pound. And if I want to go really low, my fats will only be 32.2, which is practically nothing. So I could literally not have a tablespoon of peanut butter because there goes half of my fats for the day. And that's why you get cool stuff like this PB Fit, where it can become a great alternative for your fat intake. As for carbs, it's supposed to be 2 grams of carbs per pound. So I'm supposed to be eating 322 grams per day. However, because I understand my body, the way it works is every time I eat, unless I'm doing really vigorous HIIT, 2 or 3 times a day. Like for a while there, I was doing 3 workouts a day. I was doing my weights in the morning, I was walking an hour at lunch, and then I was doing CrossFit at night. At that point, I would eat that much carbohydrates because I really needed the fuel. However, now that I'm kind of dialing it back, my body loves to hold on to carbs. It just loves it. So I got it back down to about 100 grams of carbs, and as I continue to increase my activity and intensity, then I'll continue to increase this a little more. But for right now, this is pretty much where I'm at with my macros. I just want to share with you guys how did I get my conclusion for mine. Like I said, I am not a dietitian or a doctor. The one thing I have learned from my body is that low sodium works really good on my body. There are three types of body types. You have ecto, meso, and endo. Ecto are people that are very lean. They usually have a hard time gaining weight. But they can lean down like no man's business. Then you have meso. Meso is pretty much the ideal that you see a lot of magazines, which is kind of in between. And then you have endo, which is pretty much the frustrating side. And there's nothing wrong with being an endo. If you're a guy, you like to bulk up, and you're an endo, then cha-ching for you. If you're a female, you're an endo, you can gain weight too quickly, you can bulk up too quickly, and it can become a very frustrating thing in a society where they practically, idolize stick figure or stick thin women that look like they have no organs. And I'm not saying that negative towards anybody, that's just the reality. If you are fat, people treat you like crap. And I don't care how much body positivity people give you. Your friends and family and everybody treats you different when you're heavy versus when you're thin. And I can tell you that because I've been on both ends. They don't mean to, they don't intend to, it's just the reality. People see that you're fat, people think that you let go of yourself, that you're not very bright, you have no discipline. And that's just the sad, sad freaking truth. So if you're an endomorph like myself, it's an uphill battle, and it has been an uphill battle. Some of my friends says that I'm pretty much like a mix between meso endo. I still don't know. I'm still in my head. I'm still think that I'm an endo because I tend to gain muscle, especially in my upper body, like my arms and shoulders, quite easily. My legs are skinny. It's awful. So if I wanted to be a bikini competitor, I have to do so much leg work. But for the most part, that's it. I just want to share with you guys about how I got the macros. But yeah, so depending on your body type, it comes down to, at the end of the day, it comes down to your body type, your age, your gender, and believe it or not, it comes down to genetics. And I really hate, people don't want to hear that. And it's true, anybody can lose weight, anybody can be fit. However, everybody is different. So it has to be a trial and error process. So you have to be patient. You have to try different diets, and just be very observant of how your body reacts to certain things. If you're not keeping track of your stuff and you're just trying to diet and you're frustrated because certain things not working and you've been stuck doing the same diet for a long time, try to switch it up. If you stay with the same diet the entire time, your body's going to get accustomed to it, and it's just going to think of it like just another day in the park. I constantly change the types of food that I eat, when I eat it, how often I eat it, the portions I eat, and even the level of exercise, just for that reason, just to keep my body guessing. So keep that in mind when you pretty much are going through your transformation journey. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions for me, just go ahead and post in the comments below. Do not forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr. I'm also on bodybuilder.com, Fitbit, and myfitnesspal.com. Do not forget to check out my GoFundMe, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.